Okay then, you're going to recognise in this video it's going to start very abruptly. It's my first video, I'm trying to get used to it all again, and well, first of all, hello guys, first video, this is a preview. I'm going to look to be doing previews for every single match day. God, my hair's a mess. I'm going to do a preview for every single match day, I'm going to do a review for every single match day, and then every single time after a game I will look over it a few times just for a different bits of tactical standpoint, just so I can go over and do like different articles on it. Because of that, I'll be doing 3 videos per match, preview, review, and then a tactical review a few days later. I'm going to go into it in a second in terms of my preview. This is filmed later on. I've just gone back over it. And teething problems. I didn't film my audio for my last opening for the video. So therefore, I'm going to have to redo a new one, which is what this is. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Like I said, it's going to start very, very abruptly. But yeah, let's get into it. This is my preview for Manchester United versus Wolves. This is how I see both teams setting up. You will be able to see it very well because I'm covering it. But the 2 positions that aren't being shown here, you can probably guess it's Martinez and Luke Shaw. So let's have a look at how we're going to line up and how they're going to line up. So for starters, it's Andre Onana. No surprises there. It's Andre Onana. David De Gea is now gone. It feels a bit weird doing a preview and talk about a match that hasn't got David De Gea included. But we're in this new generation now of Manchester United, in which we have Andre Onana in goal, who has been getting a lot of criticism as of recently in terms of his goal that he let in against Lens. He's conceded a few in pre-season also, but let's ignore all that because they don't know what they're talking about. He has been brilliant for us. He has shown a new dimension to our play. He's going to help our build-up. He's going to help just keep the game ticking and just look so comfortable on the ball. It's going to help us a lot in terms of ball retention, especially last season. We lost a fair few points in the last 10-15 minutes of matches, just as the other team started to get a bit of pressure going up. And when we get pressure on us last season, we crumbled and we couldn't keep hold of the ball. A lot of that came down to David De Gea getting it and just clearing it because he didn't know what to do. We won't have that issue with Andre Onana. He's going to get the ball, he's going to keep hold of it, we're going to keep the game ticking, we're going to keep the game flowing, and because of that, we shouldn't concede as many goals in the last few minutes. Let's hope. That's the gist of it all. That's how we're going to try and hopefully get around that. But we'll see if what we think is going to happen actually happens in practice. So we're going to go for the back 4 of Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez, Rafael Varane, and Diogo Dalot. That last spot there, Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, is still heavily debated. We don't really know how it's going to play out. A lot of people will prefer Wan-Bissaka, other people prefer Diogo Dalot. It's difficult. Certain games require different people. Some people will look at Dalot and say that he's no good at anything, that he's rubbish. Other people look at Wan-Bissaka and say he's no good at anything and say he's rubbish. Or some people look at Dalot and say he's a complete defender and that he can't do no wrong. And other people look at Wan-Bissaka and say the exact same thing. The truth of the matter is they're somewhere in the middle. Wan-Bissaka is very, very good when it comes to 1v1 defending. He's very good at ball retention, and he's very good when there's space to run into. Diogo Dalot is very good at ball retention. He's very good at passing. He's got an excellent passing range. He's got a good reading in the back post and got a high technical ability at fullback. But Wan-Bissaka struggles in terms of his ball passing range. He struggles in terms of reading the back post. Dalot struggles with reading people running in behind him. His concentration isn't great. And there's just times where he's caught out of position because he hasn't quite got that inverted role completed just yet. So there's drawbacks to both of them. So like I said, neither of them are perfect, neither of them are awful. They're somewhere in the middle, and it's just down to personal preference. In this one, I'm going to go with Diogo Dalot for what I said. His passing range is very, very good. When you look at in terms of his medium to high passing accuracy and how frequently he does it, he's up there in one of the best in terms of fullbacks. And against a Wolves side that is going to be drilled to sit deep and hit teams in the counter-attack, it's going to be somewhat in a middle to low block. You need someone like Diogo Dalot who's going to break up play. He's going to get the ball. He's going to spray passes around. And that's how you beat a medium to low block, is by playing quickly and playing expansively and going from one side to the other very, very quickly. And that isn't something that Wan-Bissaka can do. So in this one, it's going to go Dalot. I don't really think I need to explain the other 3, to be honest. Varane, it's always going to be Varane. You've got Maguire, you've got Lindelof, you've got Johnny Evans, but none of which are at the quality of Rafael Varane. We know he can't play 2 games a week, but it's the first game of the season. We're not playing again until Saturday. He's got 4 or 5 days to rest up. He can play. Next to him, Lisandro Martinez. Brilliant to have him back. Brilliant pre-season. Hopefully he can continue what we saw of him last season. And if we do, we've got a brilliant defender on our hands. And then Luke Shaw, again, showed a very, very high level last season. Wasn't as good in pre-season, but we've seen flashes in the last few games. And Molassi's injured. Alvaro Fernandez is a very good player, but he's just not there yet. And then we've got the midfield three of Bruno and Mount in the 2 advanced 8 roles, and then we've got Casemiro just behind them. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. Eriksen, very, very good player, but Mason Mount came in this summer. He came in for a big, high fee. He's young, presses very well. He's got a decent output, even if he does miss sitters from time to time, as we saw in Lens. But we'll see. Bruno, obviously captain, he's going to play. And Casemiro, we've got no one else in that role. We've got McTominay still, but we don't really know what's going on with him. Kobe Mainoo's injured. Fred is now officially gone. And we haven't got an Amrabat just yet. So the only option really is Casemiro. Anthony on that right-hand side, he's pretty much guaranteed to start. Whenever he was fit, he would start for United last season. And he started against Lens and had a lot of games over pre-season also. You could put Palestri there, but I don't think he's ready just yet. And like I said, it's going to be a very physical battle, especially against Neto and Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri is a very attacking wing-back. We'll get into that later down the line. But Anthony will be needed just for that little bit extra cover that Palestri can't do just yet. Sancho has been brilliant in terms of pre-season. He's probably one of the better players. But we need that little bit of end product in Anthony and that little bit of just shithousery, really. We need that from Anthony. He's always playing when he's fit. So we'll see how that one goes. And now here's the question mark. Down the middle, we will be looking at Rasmus Højlund down the line, but he isn't fit. He isn't ready. We're trying to get him up to match sharpness, match speed, match fitness. So, let's go with Marcus Rashford, because Anthony Martial was in the same boat as Rasmus Højlund. He's just not fit. He didn't play any of pre-season. He's back in training now, but for how long, we don't know. So, the only other question was Jadon Sancho in that false 9 role that he played over pre-season. But I just don't see it happening. We saw against Lens that we went back to type. We put Rashford down the middle again. And I feel like that's going to be the way it goes. And you'll see Garnacho on the left-hand side as well. Because this Garnacho, he is brilliant against Lens. And if Rashford isn't on the left-hand side, Garnacho will be. This is, as you may recognise, is the exact 11 we played against Lens. There is a reason for that. I think that we used that game just to prepare for this one. We saw the second 11 play the day afterwards. So I feel like the ones that we used against Lens is the ones that we're going to use today. Anyway, let's have a look. That's enough about United. Let's have a look at Wolves. They're going to play a slightly different formation. I've gone out and looked at them and said they're going to play the most attacking they possibly can in terms of on the break. We've got the likes of Sasha Kalajic, who's only just come back from his injury. Didn't start any of pre-season, but I've spoken to a few Wolves fans, and a lot of them are looking forward to him this season and said that he should get game time. Pablo Sarabia, who was playing in like a false 9 striker position over the last few games of pre-season, but I feel like he's going to drop back into his more natural number 10. And they've got Pedro Neto and Matheus Cunha on the wings. Again, is it Matheus Cunha? It's Cunha. They've got 2 very good technical level wingers. They're going to look to sit back and play very, very direct football. We saw that from Gary O'Neill last season, which is why I put Kalajic up top. He's with a big target man, just to win the ball and play off quickly. We saw that last season with the likes of Solanke, and he had a few different players playing off of him. I feel like we're going to see that again with Wolves. We've got Nunez and Mario Lemina in midfield. Again, Nunez is a very high quality player, and Lemina is a decent, technical, good winner of the ball. And they've got a back four of the wing back Aït-Nouri, Nelson Semedo, recently made captain Max Kilman after Ruben Neves left, and who is now there to sign a new deal with them as well. Got Craig Dawson and Jose Sarr. There isn't much really I can talk about Wolves. Like I said, this is a completely different Wolves side than we would have seen previously. They're not going to look to dominate the midfield. They just can't do that anymore. They've lost their talisman in that position. They're going to look to play very, very direct football. This is all my assumptions, considering Gary O'Neill has only just come in. So we'll see how that one all goes. But with a new manager, they're going to look to try and play expansive football at times. They're going to look to sit back and hopefully absorb a lot of pressure. But how that's going to go, we don't know just yet. But my overall feeling is United should win this one fairly comfortably. Wolves, although have some good technical ability in their side, just haven't got that defensive stability. Gary O'Neill will bring that in, but he's only been in the job 5 days. Therefore, I'm going to go with a 2-0 Manchester United win. It's going to be comfortable, but it's not going to be convincing. We still haven't got the goals on the side. We still haven't got that person who's just going to grab the game, the soccer in the net, and just score out of nowhere. We haven't got that clinical edge to us just yet. Hopefully that's something that we can improve upon. That is something that gets improved upon when you play more and more football together, because you start to create those similar situations that you do all the time. You get situational awareness, you get those little automatisms in terms of where each person is going to play, and you get consistency. You score goals consistently by having the same sort of chances every game. We haven't got there just yet. We're still somewhat of a transitional side. We're looking to build upon that, and that is improved by just consistency. So hopefully, as the season progresses, we'll score more and more goals, and this one is comfortably 2-0. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Leave your predictions down in the comments below. I'll be doing a review afterwards, going through a few of your comments. Up the Reds. Let's go, boys.